Welcome back, everyone. This is Cody Hart for Government Accountability. It is Wednesday, October 26th, and I have a big update I wanted to share with everyone, some insights I have, and some brand new news about some success fighting for us, we the people, and fighting for our rights and fighting against government corruption. So I want to start off by explaining the title of this video. What is there in game? And so I have been looking at a lot at what will be happening over the next several months, preparing for it, making sure I understood it. And one of the things I think people, including myself, really had not understood is what's going to be happening if I and others who have been pursuing justice against what we consider uh, corrupt government, what's going to be the process? And after I read into it and realized what it was, I understood a little more about what their motives are, and I can see now more of the motives of what's been going on. I want to share that with people in this video and then share some big news about some big success holding these dirt bags accountable. So I'd like to start off with just reading some laws. I'm sorry. RCW 42.12 is what I'll start. And this talks about the causes of vacancy in elected office and when they become vacant. And the obvious things are here: the death, resignation, removal is what I'm trying to do. Okay. I am trying to do that. And then you see some other language in here about his or her conviction of a felony or an offense involving a violation of his or her official oath. That's a big deal. Okay, his or her refusal or neglect to take his or her oath of office, or, big one here, to give or renew his or her official bond. We'll talk about that a lot more in a minute. And then whenever a judgment shall be obtained against that incumbent, right, for breach of condition of his or her official bond. There's that bond again. Big news on that. We'll talk about that in a second. So let's say I'm successful. And let's say that I believe I will be, I'm going to get a bunch of these elected dirt bags. I shouldn't say about that. A bunch of these illegitimate dirt bags out of government office for what they've done, and get real people in there who actually represent us. And so vacancy in a partisan elected office is what I talk about. When a member of the county legislature, excuse me, when a vacancy occurs in any partisan county elected office, other than the member of the county legislative authority, that's the county commissioners may appoint an employee that was serving as a deputy. The acting official will serve until a successor is elected or appointed. All right. So appointed as required by law. And then we go in here vacancies, and this really made it very clear what was going on. So first off, if a vacancy occurs in a partisan county office, partisan. So when you guys are looking at your voter pamphlet, you'll see people have to post what party they're from: Democrat, Republican, non-party preference, things of that nature. You'll see it on their signs most of the time. And so those are partisan. Okay, partisan. And so Democrat, Republican, those are partisan. If people say they're Democrat, Republican, that's a partisan. Just not a bad word, just what it is. So we have a partisan county government here. Okay, after the election in a year. So if I am not successful getting these people gone before the election, okay, and they are on the ballot. Okay, the term of the successor who is of the same party. This is humongous. The term of the successor who is of the same party as the incumbent may commence. So what's going on here, and to explain this, is that we get rid of people who are corrupt. And as I went over, and you see it on the thumbnail here, the people that I've been pursuing of this have a very interesting, very coincidental, I'm sure, similarity. The Skagit County Sheriff, Don McDermott, Democrat; Skagit County Wyrich, Prosecuting Attorney; Skagit County Auditor, Sandra Perkins; Skagit County Commissioner, Lisa Janicki; and Skagit County Commissioner, Peter Browning. All the same political party. They all have majority controls over our canvassing board, which is our elections. The auditor is the supervising officer for the elections, is a Democrat. And the sheriff and prosecuting attorney will not prosecute, pursue, investigate election crimes in our county that happen to be against all of these people who are also Democrats. It's amazing. Just coincidence? I don't think so. My opinion on this is that this is all part of the plan. First off, they don't want to lose. They don't plan on losing. They have a election system they control, and if we can't stop them, then and they cheat, they will win if they cheat. That's just all there is to it. You can't beat a cheater in the system because the cheaters can change everything, the outcome of everything there is. So we have to try to stop them, and we've been trying. And I'm afraid that we won't be successful in that. One of the big things is just getting a lot of people looking at them, make them nervous, make them so they don't want to do it. And so I will tell you, I think their primary goal in the primary was to keep people off the general election ballot who oppose them and have meaningful skills to fix these things, such as the ultra MAGA people, the MAGA Republicans, the Republican candidates who are not part of the establishment are the ones they fear the most because we are absolutely dedicated and typically have the skills needed and don't care. We aren't going to get corrupted by these people, and we're going to take them out and restore our government. But here we are. And so that we're in the general election. I think they will first try to. I really do. And if they are able to enough, they will not let any of us have our legal representative in there because the legal one's the one that we actually vote for. So I think this is what their first goal is to control the election system, which they do. And the second goal, if they can't stop us, they want to make sure they can keep power. And ironically, all being of the same Democrat Party, they'll all be replaced. They'll all be replaced by a partisan of the same party as them. The Democrats will appoint someone, and you'll go on to read it, that the person who can replace them simply just has to be of the same party, okay? And they have to have a bond. Here's that bond issue. Again, it's a big deal. And they will be appointed on the replacement. So that's the general understanding that I have. Thought I would share that in a very basic way. And then also go into more of this bond discussion and explain this to people. So official bonds. Every county official, before he or she enters upon the duties, shall furnish a bond condition that he or she will faithfully perform their duties. So this is an insurance policy, and I will just give you my very basic explanation of my understanding of this whole thing. First, it's generally been kept secret. I've shown you guys all these laws, these statutes, these regulatory code of Washington, RCW, where mentioning these bonds. Many people have never heard of these. Well, these are for us. This is for us, the people, an insurance policy that they have to get as an elected official, a county elected official, that they will not be dirtbags. And if they are, this insurance provider has to pay out to the people that they harmed. And they harmed them by violating their oath. So, and other things, there's other things. And so the auditor's an example. I want to just talk about this. Amount to be fixed, not less than $10,000. $10,000. Well, guess what? There is a group out there that we should all be giving applause to. And they have an article I wanted to share with everyone that talks about them on Skagit residents. And it states that 6 Skagit elected officials have 152 claims against their bonds. And we got to just give them a bravo Zulu. So what this means, my understanding of it, is they say it right here, October 18th, just about a week ago, 6 Skagit County officials had 152 claims filed against their bonds, all official bonds, including statutory, fidelity bonds, faithful, and performance bonds. And this is all of the county government. Don McDermott, Sandra Perkins, Rich Wyrich, Lisa Janicki, Peter Browning, and Ron Wiesen. So there they are. They have people are calling in saying, you've violated your oath. Remember how this works? This is shall furnish a bond condition that he or she will faithfully perform the duties. And I have given you guys my personal evidence, the violations in the 2019 Secretary of State report. And then there's many more, but that's one for an example. And they have violated their duties. So these people, let's say the auditor, let's do the math real quick, $10,000 each. And 152, millions upon millions of dollars. So this is amazing. And so I understand that after this happens, back to the original one, we get into these situations. So when there is a judgment obtained against that incumbent for breach of the condition of his or her official bond, what way causes a vacancy? Oh my goodness. His or her refusal to neglect to take his or her oath or give or renew his or her official bond. What do you think happens in a car accident? And let's give this analogy here. So first off, people have said, well, the courts don't have to be involved in this, to my understanding. I don't think they will be. Not for a chunk of this, because this is an insurance policy. And so if you get in a car accident, your insurance company will pay with or without a court involvement, because that's not what it matters. It matters, do they have a valid claim? And so the people, if they have a valid claim, these insurance providers will be paying out their claim requests. And so 152 of them, they'll probably reach a limit. And so what happens next when you get in a car accident? You get in a car accident and people use up your insurance, they get all the money paid. You know what happens? You can't get insured. You become uninsurable. And if you can get insurance, you're paying more. It's just god awful amount. You can't afford it. It's not even reasonable. That's what potentially will be happening here with these claims against these 6 officials in Skagit County. This group who did this, they can speak for themselves, but this is public. And I want to just say I so strongly am proud of them and everything that they did, because we need to hold government accountable. This is the way they chose to do it. I love it. I think this is perfect because this is the law. You guys don't like this? This is the law. This is what they tell us we need to do, and the rules, and these people followed the rules, and this is where it's at. And if it happens and these people can never get bonded and insured again, great. That is absolutely wonderful, because that's, next step, I'm going to send them to prison. So let's take all their money first. Let's take their houses and property. That's great. And then let's send them to prison, and then people will finally get it. Stop being a corrupt government official. And that's what I believe all these people are. And violating their oath is all it takes. And that's all it takes. You violate your oath, you're corrupt. And so good riddance to all of them if this gets them down that path. So, and then I had another bit of information that I wanted to share. That is, you'll see this letter here from one of the insurance providers. And to show this is not a joke. This isn't just filed against these people. This is a claim now. Our bond and claim number on all correspondence. These people in this insurance provider, okay, Lisa Janicki, Peter Brown, and Ron Wiesen, there is an active claim investigation by their insurance provider against them for violations against their bond, terms of their bond. This is fabulous. This is a very recent letter, the 24th. I wanted to share that with everyone and say we're getting there. It's taken longer than any of us wanted. We are winning this fight. We, the people, are winning the fight against this tyrannical government. It's not the first time this fight has had to happen. This is the most peaceful way we can do it. And we will become victorious, because this is our country, not theirs. These dirtbags are going to go down, and I'm happy to help any way I can. Everyone should smile, and I got more to smile about and more videos coming up on really big news about this stuff. I'm just waiting till I get some confirmation that I can share it and let everyone know. We are officially at the 3-yard line, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a long fight, but we are going to get a touchdown. We're going to drive it home, and we're going to send these guys packing. So that's my update for today. Thanks a lot, everyone. And don't forget, get out there and vote. Make them cheat. Make them have to cheat a lot to beat us. Thanks.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of
Cody Hart
is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.